Greetings, I'm a dragon alchemist, and allow me to entertain you. I am once again playing Fallout 4, where we've encountered quite the situation. Apparently, I found my son. Not that son, though. This son, who's apparently named Father, which is really, really awkward. Because is that technically my grandson, or the copy of my son? I don't know. It's just a little too complicated. And what's worse, he's the head of the Institute. You know, the Institute that kidnaps people, replaces them with synths. That Institute. And he's asking me to give it a chance. Which I suppose I will. I need them to explain themselves, why they're even doing all this. But it's still bloody awkward.
Sean.
Hello, Father. I hope your time in the Institute has been enjoyable.
I have yet to see about that. What is this? There's a microphone, but apparently I can't use it. Not gonna loot here. Not gonna loot here. I'm gonna give them a chance. I'm not going to completely scrounge everything they have. That said, I am going to explore around a bit. See if they have anything interesting. No, this looks like a bathroom, so... Antibiotics. Hello. Oh, right. Survival mode. I can get sick now. Joy. Well, it'll keep me on my toes at least. Oh, hello. Director's recording number 108. You know what I said about scrounging around? I may have an exception, because if this gives me a better insight on what's going on, I'm taking it.
Damn it, Galton, what the hell is going on down there? I have to convene an emergency directorate meeting because of this screw-up. That synth was a prototype. It was absolutely not ready for field testing. The mess it caused in Diamond City threatens decades of work to keep us out of the spotlight. I will be very clear. My legacy as director will not be tarnished by your division's mistakes. I am going to find out exactly who approved any sort of operation above ground, and that person will be held fully accountable.
Okay, I think we can safely discern that the broken mask incident was actually an accident. The synth that they deployed was not ready for field testing, apparently. And yes, I noticed his password in there, but that kind of seems a little dodgy. Taking his password. I suppose I could just hack it outright. If I'm gonna get a better sense of what's going on, I need all the information I can get, but at the same time, I don't want to tip them off. Okay. Ooh, hello. Yeah, this I wanted to see. Kellogg. Conrad. Enhanced life expectancy. July 16th, 2285. Kellogg's occasional presence continues to unnerve the others. At first, I thought they were merely intimidated by his confidence and arrogance, or perhaps even afraid of his general being. Kellogg is, after all, a killer. But as I've continued to witness their reactions, gauge their sidelong glances, I've detected something else. Something I probably should have anticipated. Jealousy. Kellogg is a living memorial to a forgotten program. He's an augmented human being, a cyborg really, and the benefits he received cannot be denied. But really, the scientists here could not care less about enhanced reflexes or greater combat efficiency. No. The cause of their envy is something more practical, more primal. His enhanced life expectancy. Just how long will Kellogg live if he passes naturally? However unlikely that may be. It's hard to say. He's already more than 100 years old. Older, certainly, than any other human in the Commonwealth. His complete physiology has been altered. Perhaps he'll make it to 150, maybe even 200. Let the petty have their petty jealousies. Kellogg is a living testament to the ingenuity and superiority of the Institute. I take no small pleasure in knowing that must irritate him to no end. Yeah, enhanced life expectancy on a killing, mass-murdering mercenary. Not exactly the best thing, but I do agree enhanced life expectancy in general is a good thing so long as you can support it. Status reports. Hydroponics Bioscience, Hydroponics Program, Functional FEV Lab. They have an FEV Lab. Ooh. It's offline though, but still, they have an FEV Lab. Robotics. Synth output nominal. Production materials fully stocked. Advanced Systems. Child Synth project under quarterly review. Weapons diagnostics ongoing. Well, I suppose I should have expected the weapons. They do have to deploy their synths with something. Phase 3 behind schedule. SRB. Project Zimmer still offline. No, Director Zimmer still offline. Director Zimmer offline? What in the world? Huh. Above ground operative terminated. I guess that's Kellogg. Retention programs functional. Pattern recognition algorithms ineffective. Facilities power output maxed. Air water recycling systems function normally. Personal notes. The wait continues. AO can only confirm sightings outside Vault 111, and again in Diamond City sometime later. What this means, I'm not sure. Will we actually meet? Was this all for nothing? No, not nothing. I will have learned valuable things about myself, my past, either way. I cannot afford to let emotions get in the way. I must simply observe and record. I've told Kellogg has gone offline. That's the way to put getting killed. Strangely, I find myself thinking of Dr. Walter. He had such high hopes for Kellogg, such faith in the implants, and what they could mean. I still regret eliminating that project, but I know where it would have led us. Walker was never shy about his goals, and too many others were starting to listen. In the end, I believe I was justified. The Institute is about preserving humanity, not some bizarre amalgamation of biology and technology. So, Sean's anti-cyborg in a way. Interesting. Director access synth shutdown. Let's see. Unauthorized director code required. Let's not tip them off, shall we? But that was interesting. That gave me information that I needed. So, slowly... Director's quarters. Oh. Okay. Good to know.
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo.
That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase-out on these older models can't come soon enough.
Oh, I don't know. Most of them have lasted long past their projected lifespans. If you ask me, they were built pretty well.
Huh, I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go. All set. Unit, you can return to duty.
Thanks again.
Of course.
Well,
we're all looking forward to working with you.
Apparently I've been announced.
We don't usually welcome outsiders. I hope you can appreciate your good fortune.
I can understand
Excuse
that.
me, Doctor.
They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie Fillmore. You can think of me as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
Save states and loading games. Really though, just a lot of curiosity. Let's see. I guess I just wasn't ready to die yet. Yeah. But I also wanted to find my son. That was keeping me going. Number 2 is probably the most accurate though. But let's just go with the sympathetic view.
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the facilities division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
Still questioning that, but on board with what?
On board with what?
The Institute, of course. Sean implied you operated on a level, if not equal, and at least similar to the rest of us. Curious. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the Facilities Division, I'm happy to discuss it.
Yeah. I suppose in terms of weapon technology, yeah, I'm certainly on the equal and par. On development and structuring for engineering, yeah, we can also consider that on par. If we're talking about intelligence, we are certainly on the level. Well, let's ask a few questions.
Who built this place originally? Has it been here long?
The construction of the Institute is the work of generations of scientists. The original survivors of the war, our progenitors, took refuge in the basement of the old Commonwealth Institute of Technology. Over time, their sons and daughters dug deeper into the earth and built increasingly sophisticated habitats and laboratories. It's a process that's still going on today. Even now, we're digging out tunnels for new facilities and infrastructure. Just think what this place will look like 100 years from now. I hope I'm there to see it.
Huh. Must have been a pretty big basement. I had more questions, though.
Allie.
Hi there. Something I can help you with?
And the digging. Where in the world did you put the dirt? You don't have a Are you teleporting the dirt up top? Is that what you're doing? Because digging only works so far as long as you got a place to put all the dirt. Where are you putting it all? Oh well. Let's ask more about your division.
I'd like to know about the people in your division.
Of course. Dr. Lawrence Higgs is our mechanical engineer. He oversees the major life support and security systems. Power distribution is Dr. Evan Watson's area of expertise, and Dr. Newton Oberly is in charge of food and housing. He coordinates with bioscience to ensure that our meals are balanced for optimal nutrition. We also make use of a number of synth units for low-priority maintenance and labor.
Well, I still had one more.
Dr. Fillmore.
Hey, what do you need?
Let's see. Power demands. Yeah, I am wondering about how you're keeping the lights on.
It must be a challenge to meet the power demands of a place like this.
Absolutely. We scratch and scrape for every precious ounce of voltage that we can. Over the years, we've learned a few tricks that help supplement our power budget. When necessary, we can tap into select sources on the surface. We take only what we need, of course. Fortunately, Advanced Systems is always working on new solutions to generate more energy. It's a good thing, too, because the demand is always increasing.
Yeah, I can understand
You don't
that.
even want to know what a single use of the molecular dematerializer consumes.
Yeah, I bet that's a power hog. Well, if you ever need nuclear material, I know a few ghouls that I have working in my settlements. They can get some nuclear waste. We can cooperate. As long as you can share the technology, because, wow. This place is certainly something. You're not hurting for space, that's for sure. What was this synth doing over here, though?
Greetings. As the Institute's requisition vendor, I can provide supplies for your missions on the surface. How may I assist you today?
Ooh, vendor, huh? Yeah, what can I take?
What can I requisition?
I have access to a modest selection of arms, armor, and other items approved for use in field missions.
Alright.
I'll take a look, sure.
Now, I highly doubt I'm gonna be able, well, or even want to buy any weapons. I'm already stocked up with the weapons I want. Let's see, they sell Courser uniforms. Nice plasma weaponry. Heavy synth. No, not particularly anything interesting. Synth helmet. No. Not really anything I want. Well, I suppose if I'm hurting for more stock, I can take what I need from here. But I may as well just sell off the Rad-X and the Radaway that I do not need. If I can even sell that much. No, just slightly over. Oh well. You can make use of the Radaway. Somehow. Oh, and as people may have noticed in the earlier episode, I have the quick save option. I have put in the mod where I can quick save without having to go to sleep. It slightly defeats the purpose of the survival mode, where you have to constantly look around for a bed to sleep, but at the same time, I can't really afford to do that. Not on a Let's Play, where I have to keep an eye on my data usage. If I don't have enough memory in my computer, that's going to have some really big issues for me. So, in the eye of wanting to keep things at 30 minutes, between 30 minutes and an hour, I need that.
Necessary power consumption to a minimum. Don't recharge unless your primary levels are below 2%. Also, if you haven't patched your navigation software, do so after this meeting. The last thing we need is more synths bumping into walls. Alright, that's all for now. You can resume your duties.
AIs. You do what you can, but you still run into problems.
Doc.
It's a real juggling act, trying to keep all the systems down here operating in the green.
I can
This
appreciate
place might
that.
look shiny and new, but there's a lot of old technology in these walls. I lose sleep worrying about when the next blackout's gonna hit.
Well, I can build you a few fusion plants if you need that, but you're gonna have to provide me the material. Or a lot of caps. How old are we talking about here?
How old are we talking about?
Well, the reactor and a lot of the related systems. You know, cooling, monitoring, power distribution. That's all pre-war tech. Most of the superstructure down here was built later, by the people who survived the war. I guess each generation's been tinkering with the place, adding labs, making upgrades, and so on. There's some stuff I need to check on. See you around, yeah?
Yeah, can I ask you more questions?
Enrico.
I fix one relay and 2 more start to fail. At least I'm not bored.
Guess I can't. Well, we can head to robotics. That doesn't look like robotics, though. That looks like blood cells. Then again, their robotics is a little more different.
You're here. Glad you made it.
If it were just a limb twitching place, but her eyes were moving as well. Involuntary twitching and rapid eye movements while sleeping can only mean one thing, Max. You just don't want to admit to yourself what it means.
If you're about to launch into one of your
Talking about dreams, huh?
artificial sentience machines with souls, don't bother. I've heard enough of them by now. Hell, I can write them down from memory.
But we can't just ignore the question. If a synth can dream, why can't it have a soul? And if a synth has a soul, then it is a living person by every standard we can measure. Of course it is far more comfortable to think of them as machines, so we can do what we want with them.
If you disapprove of the work we do here, Dr. Belay, you know where to find the teleport.
Now, just a moment. I never said that. I'm simply trying to open everyone's eyes to new possibilities.
Well, it's an unwanted distraction. We're men of science, not philosophers. You do well to remember that.
Now that's just willful ignorance.
That? 3.
Alan, I think I like your questioning of things.
We've improved upon humanity.
Yeah, let's...
Today is full of possibilities.
Yeah.
Doctor.
Ah, it's you. You're finally with us. I'd just like to apologize for any trouble our synths may have caused for you on your way here. They, of course, couldn't be told of your identity, and they have very specific protocols for protecting themselves and Institute interests, most of which I designed myself. Not to make problems for you, though. Will you be staying with us, then?
Well, as long as they haven't killed me, I'm fine with them. And you're speaking of philosophy to the other doctor. That was interesting. You actually are questioning things, which is rather nice.
You must feel a bit overwhelmed.
Yeah. I'm thinking it over, though. I am certainly thinking it over.
I'm thinking it over.
Well, I hope you do decide to stay. It would mean a great deal to Sean. If you require anything, especially as it pertains to synths, please let me know.
Well, you got anything else?
Hi, Doc.
We're quite fortunate to have the synths to aid us.
Nope, you got nothing else. Yeah. How many synths are they churning out a day here? How many do they need? Wow.
Hey,
Okay.
Doc.
You've arrived at a momentous time. Our third-generation synths are a true breakthrough. The culmination of centuries of research. It's no exaggeration to say that they're superior in almost every way to human beings.
How exactly are they superior? I mean, I can understand making them stronger, faster, immune to disease, that sort of stuff, but let's talk specifics.
What makes them superior?
The list of improvements is exhaustive. I can talk for an hour and still not cover all of it. Imagine what you could accomplish if you could live without fear of hunger or disease. Imagine what you could create if you could spend every waking moment of your life as you saw fit, with no need of sleep. Like I said, a momentous time.
Talk about appropriate, considering I needed to drink a little water when he mentioned that. I don't know about being immune to the need for food, though. Energy consumption requires something to process that.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I've increased synth responsiveness by 0.04%.
No, I don't think I noticed that. Let's see.
Advances.
Okay. Maintenance requests. Found Unit J284 cleaning boardroom for the third day in a row. I don't think that this unit has ever actually left the boardroom. Navigation software patch. Unit returned to service submitted by AOJ. Unit X472 complaining of blurred vision in right eye. Unable to correct without permanent damage. Unit wiped and reassigned to Facilities Division. Submitted by Fillmore A. Primary drive breakdown on B347. Third unit this month. Can we please look into this? Technician dispatched. Submitted by Thompson E. Looks like latest navigation software update has some issues. Found 2 Gen 1s trying to walk through walls. Pathfinding software updated. All Gen 1 units will require patch. Facilities notified. Submitted by Bennett L. Hey Dad, Eve is having trouble speaking today. Lots of stuttering. Can you please look into it? Identified rare looping issue in speech subroutines. Corrected and patched. I'm guessing this is for the old generation synths they were talking about. Surface work crew tracking. Let's see. Wow, that's a lot of notes. Alert. Raider attack. 1 unit abducted. SRB notified. Awaiting update. So they had a unit that was abducted by raiders. Interesting. Report is now overdue. Continuing to monitor. I'd give it another 2 days. Yeah, and I'm not seeing much of anything here that's too interesting. Not getting as much as we were hoping from here. Might need to shut down Site Delta. Let's see what the next report brings. So they are scavenging from the world above for other materials. View access logs. Okay, this is just them looking.
Systems will be starting a new dark matter initiative soon.
This is just them tracking, logging in, and logging out. Fair enough.
Hey.
I am pleased to assist with the processing of new synths.
Uh-huh. Well, this place has certainly been interesting. In more ways than one. I am hoping that the thoughts about what they've made here are going to, percolate around the Institute. Because willful ignorance is not going to be nice in a realm of scientists. Then again, I suppose that is human nature, isn't it? To look away from things that might
Child
upset
sin.
you.
It's just remarkable.
Oh, can I drink water here? Okay, did that solve my thirstiness problem? That's the question. Yeah, I'm a little thirsty still. Come on. There we are. I am receiving water from this, so excellent. Show effects, a little parched, a little more water, please. Come on, more water. There we are. I don't know why there's a lookup failed. I think that's still a bug in survival mode.
Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo thinks he can hide in his office, does he? Well, you can tell him that I intend to speak to Father about these unannounced security sweeps of yours. Ransacking my quarters in the middle of the night is totally unacceptable.
I'll pass along your message, Doctor.
See that you do. I hope all your needs are being seen to. You just let me know if they're not.
Apparently there's politics going along in here, too. So, yeah, pretty much human nature, even behind all this veneer of science.
Hey, Doc.
Welcome. Welcome. It is so good to meet you. I truly hope you'll come to think of the Institute as your home.
Yeah, what do you do here?
What do you do here?
Oh, I'm in charge of housing and provisions. It's my mission to ensure that everyone lives a comfortable and productive life. You should know that many of us consider it a great honor to have you here.
I'm not quite sure why that is, but I do appreciate the sentiment. And I also appreciate the architecture. Very nice.
Dr. Oberlin.
Good to see you. Feeling well today?
I suppose you don't have anything else for me, so let's head into synth retention.
Greetings, sir.
This is going to be very, very interesting and or disturbing.
They're thinking of heading over to robotics to knock some heads together.
What now?
They're dragging their feet on the targeting package upgrades I asked for. Maybe I should take some courses with me. You know, send a message.
Please don't. There's enough friction as it is between us and pretty much all the other departments.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results. And we will
Report
this time
anything
as well.
suspicious to the
You'll see.
SRV.
Apparently, we've got one of those hardline men in charge of this section.
Courses on the hunt are relentless. If you see one, you should stay out of its way.
I think I've already encountered one.
Doctor.
So, here you are. Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity.
I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
We've had a few Blade Runner issues up top.
Why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider.
The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. There's little precedent for this situation, so it's only natural to take extra precautions. It's nothing personal, I assure you.
Now, Father has asked
I hope
that
you
provide
studied your
you with a
history.
brief overview of the synth retention. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
I think I may have actually helped with the escaping synths. This is going to be awkward. Yeah, and why would synths want to escape? Isn't that a question you should ask?
Why would synths want to escape?
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're
Ooh,
machines.
more willful
As
ignorance.
to why they're escaping? That matter is currently under investigation. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
Lots and lots of bullets, that's how. Yeah, I don't think luck has much to do with that. So, no stranger to combat. No, I am not.
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a Courser should be more than a match for any single company.
I did have help, though.
I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless
I'm
you
not
need
giving you the
something else,
logs
I'll
of
get
our
back to you.
combat. I am not giving you more chances to get one up on me. I am not giving someone the capability of trying to kill me more efficiently. That is just stupid. Acting head of SRB, that is a question.
If you're the acting head of the SRB, who are you filling in for?
Dr. Zimmer holds that position. He's supervising the retrieval of some of the more high-profile units. In his absence, I keep things running smoothly.
Yeah, I think I noticed logs about that. Zimmer's a little AWOL. That's something I should dig into. Who were you talking to?
It's an honor to meet you, sir.
I swear I spend half my time smoothing the feathers that Justin ruffles. We need to be able to collaborate with the other divisions, and that's a lot harder when they're always angry at us.
The hard-working and overstressed assistants. I feel for you. I don't need to ask what Justin is doing. I've already overheard that. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to do much of anything if he keeps doing that.
Yeah, well, if you can't get along, it's gonna be hard to accomplish anything.
Yeah, even worse. We got a lot of smart guys with fragile egos.
Hey-o!
Anyway, we'll figure it out. It was good to meet you.
Well, we have
Excuse
actually
me,
intelligent
I've got reports
people.
to deliver.
Well, people who
I
are
bet Dr.
actually...
Thompson would love to take that power armor apart and get a look at the inner workings.
No! So, we have people who are actually emotionally intelligent, who actually understand human nature, not just all science.
Dr. Secord.
I know it'll be a difficult adjustment for you, but try to remember that synths aren't people.
And that's a big blow to my thoughts about you. Because, from what I've observed, that's not exactly correct.
Hi.
I don't think you'll be needing that suit of power armor in here.
That has yet to be determined. That does not look nice. You're not going to bother to explain to me what's going on here? No? That's just creepy. SRB terminal. Ooh, hello. Let's see what we can dig here. Departmental notices. Our new visitor. As you know, Father has granted full access to our new visitor from the surface. That includes the entirety of the SRB. While we must accommodate Father's wishes in this manner, we must also remain diligent. Refrain from discussing any sensitive information, especially the ongoing investigation involving the Gen 3 synths. In an ideal world, the railroad will have had no influence on our new guest. We do not live in an ideal world. Director AO. You can see how that could be a complication. Missing synth investigation. Due to recent developments in our ongoing investigation into the missing synths, I am adjusting our policy regarding discussion of this subject with personnel outside of SRB. In brief, details of the investigation are now classified and cannot be shared with anyone other than SRB personnel. And even then, such conversations can only take place here in the SRB facilities. Those who are found to be in violation of this policy will face the strictest discipline. Director AO. Yep, we have a hardline guy. Infiltrator unit, McDonough. Ooh, hello. I'm starting to wonder if M762, the infiltrator unit McDonough, hasn't begun to outlive its usefulness. Assuming the identity of Diamond City's mayor has provided us with invaluable intelligence over the years, but suspicions have only continued to mount. This latest incident, the publication of that newspaper article specifically calling McDonough's humanity into question, might just be the tipping point. I've spoken with AO, and we both agree. If the situation does become untenable, reclamation seems unfeasible. M762 was specifically engineered to mimic the actual human McDonough. Oh boy, so he was replaced, not someone who just came out of nowhere. As such, the unit's synthetic biology is that of someone overweight and grossly out of shape. A memwipe would kill any psychological weaknesses attributed to preserve self-perceived old age, but that body, lost cause. Ouch! The real irony here is that M762, in one of its dispatches back to the Institute, requested a future posting in the Coursers, citing loyalty and years of service. And that request alone was evidence of enough self-awareness and independence to completely eliminate him from contention. Never mind the fact that he wouldn't even fit into the uniform. Determination: when and if M762's identity is eventually compromised, the unit is effectively decommissioned in field. No reclamation, no institute assistance. Given its relative age and physical condition, not to mention the danger inherent in an infiltrator unit's discovery, further lifespan estimated at 2 weeks maximum. Second. So, Mayor McDonough is a synth. That's gonna be... Piper is going to be royally... I don't know if she's gonna be ecstatic that she's right, or royally pissed that she's right. Access to SRB. It has come to my attention that certain colleagues who are dissatisfied with our policies and procedures have, on more than one occasion, tried to circumvent our established process for registering their complaints with Father, and have tried to gain access to our secure facilities in order to complain in more direct manner. I'm sure I need not remind you that the SRB is off limits to all personnel not assigned to this division. Do not allow yourselves to be browbeaten, cajoled, or intimidated, or otherwise manipulated into allowing anyone who lacks the appropriate clearance to enter the SRB. Failure to uphold this mandate will result in severe discipline. Director Ao. Yeah, someone who has to constantly remind people that you will be severely disciplined is not going to make for a great manager. No. Power conservation. As you're all aware, Father has asked that we monitor our power usage carefully and try to be efficient as possible. As a point of personal emphasis, we should strive to be efficient in everything we do, but our division has needs that are unique among the various branches of the Institute. The fact is, sometimes our operations require resources that we cannot readily disclose due to the sensitive nature of what we do. I place my trust in your judgment. If you require additional power or any other resources to carry out your work, then take what you need. Consult me if you have any concerns or questions, but know that the responsibility of meeting your project deadlines falls upon your shoulders, and I won't accept limited power availability as an excuse for meeting those deadlines. In short, do what you need to do. And if anyone objects in the way that we carry out our work, I will deal with those objections myself. Dr. Ao. Yeah. Take what we want. Don't care about the rest. Inventory management. Okay. Huh.
Dr. Watson can be a little obsessive when it comes to rules and policies.
I don't think I believe I have met Dr. Watson.
That. You might be mistaken for a Brotherhood of Steel soldier.
You know, the Brotherhood isn't the only people who wear power armor. And besides, I've made some personal modifications. Wow. Well, this episode...
Known identity. Clearance confirmed.
Might run a little extra long as I get to know more of the Institute here.
No visible reaction to the K-14 compound. We'll start the next trial then. The dosage will be much larger this time, and the side effects will likely be more pronounced.
Will there be any pain?
I honestly don't know. I suppose it's your job to find out. Now hold still.
I am a little nervous about that.
There. All done. You can return to your duties. And remember to record every symptom you experience in detail.
I hope I'll prove a useful test subject for you, Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
That's more than alluring now. I can see why they want to use synths for human testing trials, since, you know, perfectly biologically compatible.
All this advanced technology, and we still can't cure the common cold.
You can't? Seriously? Huh.
Excuse me.
Once you've settled in, I'll want to do a physical and get a file going on you. No hurry, though.
Why? But I guess you're the physician, huh?
You're the doctor here?
Everyone's a doctor here. But if you mean physician, then yes.
Yes, I did mean physician.
How about you take some time to get comfortable, learn the lay of the land and such. In the meantime, you come see me if you need to get patched up.
No.
We'll do that checkup when you're good and ready.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself, so I don't have to.
I don't require a checkup. I am perfectly healthy. I just need something to eat, actually. Advanced systems. Don't think I've gone here, and I believe this is where they test weapons, and get their energy. Come on, here we go.
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
Well, someone's a weapons enthusiast.
Hey.
Yes?
Oh, you got nothing else to say? Fine.
Hey there.
Have you seen my girls? I hope they're not getting into too much trouble.
Well, that was productive.
I guess you got nothing to say, so apparently there's children living here. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Hi, Doc.
Oh, hi there. Sorry if I seem distracted. I memorized 5 sets of design schematics, and now I'm doing detailed mental comparisons.
Wow. What kind of blueprints, though?
What kinds of blueprints?
Mostly components for a new plasma pistol concept I've been toying with.
Ooh,
High
you didn't help with
energy weapons
that?
Are sort of a hobby of mine.
Please tell me you
Anyway,
need help.
you're
I'm glad to help.
I just wanted to say how much I admire Father, and that it's an honor to meet you. I really hope you'll stay here with us.
Hey, if you can give me plasma, better plasma weaponry, I am going to be your new best friend. I will get you whatever bloody components you need. Then again, you probably use that against other people, so...
If you ask me, we're only scratching the surface with the latest synths.
Rosalind.
Sleep is such a waste of time. I'd rather be designing more efficient plasma emitters.
Well, I guess I can't help you. But I suppose that's a good thing,
Rush
maybe.
work is sloppy at best and deadly at worst.
Excuse me, Doctor.
Since you're new here, you should take time to learn our safety procedures. And the sooner the better. Rules create order, and order promotes efficiency.
Okay, how many rules?
How many rules are we talking about here?
Not nearly enough. If you
Oh no,
I had
no,
some
no.
handbooks made up, but that was years ago. I'll see about getting
Camera
one.
angle's a little wonky right now. What are the handbook? How big is this handbook? I am going to be very worried.
How big is this handbook?
Just a few thousand pages, but I like to think it's a brisk read. I certainly find it so. Take care then.
I don't suppose there's something called human empathy in you, is there? Or ability to see outside of your own worldview. That's something I've noticed around here. There's a distinct lack of them. Not a complete lack, considering what I encountered inside robotics and the questions therein. But still, not enough. Madison Lee, I remember you from Fallout 3. What are you doing here?
Excuse me, Doctor.
Ah, it's you.
Not that
Here,
I would know that as a character.
Yes, I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
Let's see. Yeah, what are you working on?
What is it you're working on?
Advanced systems, special projects. You've seen the boy, Synth, already. We've been hard at work on him for quite a while now. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a Courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
Oh. Yeah, what? Does it do anything else? If it's tracking me, well, I suppose you have to track me so you can get my teleporter location, but it better not do anything else.
A Courser chip? What's it do?
The same thing it does for our coursers. Creates a link to the relay that allows them, and now you, to get in and out at will. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back to work.
Ooh, yes. Access to a teleporter is always nice. I suppose the Institute is trying to get on my good side. Yeah, is something going on here?
Is everything okay, Dr. Lee? You seem pretty tense.
Yes, things are... It's fine. I'm sorry, I don't socialize much. I prefer to focus on my work.
Uh-huh. Could I ask you anything else, though?
Dr. Lee. Yeah. Tell me about the people in your division.
I'm not sure what there is to say. Dr. Watson is the Specialist Project's lead scientist. He's, how how to put it, very organized and precise.
I
Dr.
noticed.
Orman is one of the youngest scientists in the Institute, and she's something of a prodigy when it comes to physics.
Well, I have one last thing to ask.
I'd
Ooh,
like
I
a
can ask a progress report.
Vision, if you don't mind.
Taking your new appointment in stride, I see. Very
Appointment?
well. We've shifted resources off of other projects, like the child synth, to focus on Phase 3. I'm hoping that the above-ground efforts are successful. I understand those depend heavily on you.
Phase 3? You don't mind telling me what exactly is Phase 3, right? Because you didn't tell me anything about that. No specifics? Why
Yes.
you need to pull resources? I suppose that's it for advanced systems.
For goodness.
Yeah, I suppose this episode's gonna be one of those hour-long ones, because if it's gonna take this long to explore all of the Institute, this might take a...
True Food Supplement 77 has been discontinued?
That is correct.
That was my favorite one. Can't we keep it a little longer?
I will be happy to forward your request to the Bioscience Division. In the meantime, please feel free to enjoy one of our other nutritious and flavorful food supplements.
I want Supplement 77.
I am sorry, sir, but that supplement is no longer available.
Useless machine.
Does help
Feels
make
like
the place
this project
seem a
has
little
been
more
going on
lived
for
in.
months.
Just
Hello.
the little
Please ensure that
problems.
your dietary requirements are being filled.
Yeah, what do you have?
You got?
I can offer a range of nutritious and great-tasting food supplements. Food Supplement 7 is very popular for its spicy flavor, and Food Supplement 91 is our newest offering.
You know what?
I've
I
got a few
am
minutes to
hungry,
browse.
and I am interested in what you got. So, Institute food packets. Give me 2 of them. And the bottled water, just in case. Take the caps. Take it. I really can't trade you anything else. Right, I do need a snack. Institute food packet. That's not enough. That wasn't enough. There we go.
Dr.
Still
Orman's
not
lecture
enough.
on cold fusion was nothing short of a
The
revelation.
commissary is
Did I
always
turn off
open.
the interferometer?
Would you like some processed sustenance packets?
Apparently what you
I'll take a
offer
look,
isn't very filling. I feel like I'm just taking snack bars. Bioscience. Hey, I got a complaint for you bioscience guys. Your food, it needs some work. This should be the last place I need to visit.
Time to examine my latest reports on batch 274. Not yet. I've been reviewing Father's plans to expand our operations at Warwick. He's eager to get that going, so I've had to put everything else to one side.
I wonder how the Warwick family is doing. Young Wally must be close to 10 years old by now. It's remarkable that any child can survive for so long up there, don't you think?
I try not to think too much about it. We have more than enough to occupy ourselves here. Those people are the last remnants of a dying past. It's best not to dwell on the subject.
They're still people, and they're suffering. We can at least admit that it's regrettable. After all, how can we hope to redefine mankind if we can't even hold on to our own humanity?
Well, that's a question best left to our colleagues in the robotics division.
Yes, well... I suppose you're right.
It's a question they're not even willing to consider except for one guy I've noticed in there. You guys really need to worry about your philosophies.
Sorry, but I'm too preoccupied for chit-chat.
Hey, Doc.
Yes, yes, I'm sure that whatever you have to say is very interesting, but now simply isn't the time.
Yeah, you got something important though?
Working on something important?
All of my work is important. Now, if you're quite finished, I'd very much like to get back to these mental equations.
Oh.
They're difficult enough without the distractions.
I suppose you people are really fond of the mental equations inside the head.
Equations for what?
Honestly, you wouldn't understand them.
Give me a
No,
shot.
I'm afraid I must end this little chat, although it's been so very diverting.
No, seriously, I got 15 intelligence in my... Well, I'm in my power armor. I could
Dr.
probably
Aldrin's
compute
self-gorilla
those
project showing
statistics
promising
far better than...
results.
Oh well. Where'd the other guy go?
You're gonna have to work pretty hard to impress anyone down here.
Hey.
It's hard to stand out when you're surrounded by geniuses.
I can see that.
Liam's been trying to teach me robotics. It's more complicated than I thought.
Okay, who am I supposed to talk to?
Test results from one of our surface crops.
Not you, apparently.
You wouldn't happen to have a spare polarizer on you, would you?
They were designed to thrive in a radiated environment.
Oh.
We didn't expect these results.
Humanity's future is taking root right
I'd like it
here.
brought back to the lab so I can test the rate of cellular degeneration.
I'll let them know immediately.
Excuse me, Doctor.
Welcome. So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren, head of the Bioscience Division. I can't wait for you to see the work we're doing. It's truly amazing.
And I'm Ada, leader of the Minutemen. You should see what I'm doing up top. Yeah, I'm reserving judgment.
I'll reserve judgment until I know more about it.
In that case, let me give you a brief overview of what we do here. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of studies such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food and medicine. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
Gorillas? I think I noticed something behind the glass, but the gorillas are synths?
The gorillas are synths too?
They are indeed. Judging by your reaction, we've done a good job making them seem lifelike. The initiative is still in its early stages, but the prospects are very exciting. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is, but I have to ask, have you decided whether you'll join us?
I'm giving you a chance. I'm not sure. I'm trying to keep an open mind.
I'm not sure. Right now, I'm just trying to keep an open mind.
It's a big decision, I know. But it's also a rare and important opportunity. No need to rush to judgment. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around. Or, if you prefer, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Alright, met all the division leaders. Very good. Yeah, anything I can help?
Is there anything I can do to help out?
I think Dr. Carlin was looking for help with one of his experiments. You should talk to him.
Carlin? Who's Carlin? Was that you? Yeah, that was you.
Good to see you.
Most men lack the patience to observe and document plant growth.
I would agree with that.
Isaac.
Well, if it isn't our visitor from the past. Some time ago, we covertly replaced the family patriarch at Warwick Homestead with a synth. He's been field testing a variety of genetically modified seeds that I created. Take this packet of seeds to the Roger Warwick synth. Be careful with these. They represent years of genetic manipulation and enhancement. Hopefully you can manage such a simple task.
Okay.
Seeds for what?
A melon plant that will, if my calculations are correct, be able to grow even in heavily irradiated soil. The fruit it bears will be perfectly healthy and edible. Or so I hope. Now listen closely, because this next part is vitally important. When Roger asks how your trip was, tell him some blood bugs chased you halfway across the Commonwealth. That code phrase will identify you as an agent of the Institute. Also, you must be discreet. Do nothing to draw attention to yourself or raise suspicion.
Yeah, I was about to comment. You just admitted to replacing someone with absolutely no hesitance. That's not encouraging. The code phrase I'm not joking about, though. The railroad does that enough as it is.
And if your synth has been compromised?
Then you'll have to improvise. You seem clever. I'm sure you'll manage. Now hurry on to Warwick Homestead so we can begin the experiment.
It's great to have you here.
Like I mentioned, that was slightly... Ooh, hello. FEV lab entry, huh? Oh, I think I know where I'm going. I recall Virgil saying he needed something from the labs. Is that where I need to go? Let's see... What was it called? Let's see, Virgil... check out wanted. No. Technical, blood. Where was it? Where was what I needed to collect? Not the big dig. Not synth retention. Where was it? Oh well. I know it's in the lab somewhere, so I'm gonna go get it. Alright, I've been kind of crunched on time now, so I think I'm going to end the episode here. When we come back, we are going to be seeing what is inside this master-level computer terminal. Because, while this place looks all nice and neat, it's hiding some pretty dark secrets. And some secrets they just aren't bothering to keep, like replacing people with no remorse. Well, I hope I have entertained you. Farewell.